Fellow listeners, this is ID Mind Media Radio and Television. Uh, Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the share button as we move to the show. Today we're going to be talking about criminal justice reform, the prison reform, how policies can help reduce the rate of recidivism among the youths in America, where we have seen a lot of youths being incarcerated for crimes that can be used for rehabilitation, and the prison population gets more and more increased because of lack of policies that can help reduce this rate of in and out incarceration. As a law enforcement officer, been working for past years, I have arrested a lot of youths that for certain crimes that were not really good enough to put them behind bars. But because you are given a warrant of arrest, to go and arrest somebody, you don't have to ask, oh, why is this person arrested? You are just enforcing the law. And at one point you are caught between being the judge or being an arrester. But today we are talking about what policies can help reduce this rate of youths being in and out of jail, in and out of prison. And we have a lot of information that we've gathered in terms of how the government can reduce this recidivism by strengthening the federal system, the prison system. Number one, revocation due to technical issues. One of the greatest reasons for recidivism comes from those technical violations. You know, where technical violations are those of probation or parole. You know, where you have a kind of misbehavior by an offender under supervision that is not by itself a criminal offense, and generally does not result in arrest. Minor technical violations could include failing to report for a scheduled office visit or missing a curfew, lack of employment or attendance at school, testing positive for drugs or alcohol use, or be addressed immediately nationwide. So these are some of the issues that face when it comes to this. We see a lot of people fail this test of probation and parole, and this can result in serious technical violations while they are on this probation or parole. However, this could result in re-imprisonment or in a certain pattern of behavior where they are being made to know that they have reached this contract of parole and probation, and they are being re-incarcerated. The case in point is the rapper that was re-incarcerated, McNeil in Philadelphia, who had his probation revoked for technical violations. This is an example of prison reform that should be reformed. In the United States, the poor defendants often remain in jail because they don't have any means to bail themselves. Number two, we will talk about the reform the cash bail system, where some of the time you see people who are incarcerated because they don't have the means to come out of jail. And you see people who have crimes or fail to report. this cash bail system is so discriminatory in terms of the poor defendant often remain in jail because he cannot have money to live. And it's a kind of system that has impacted this recidivism, where if you don't have bail, you stay there. You come out, you cannot pay the bail, you are arrested. You go back to jail. You know? And if someone doesn't have the money, what do you want him to do? He just have to look for means to make the money and go back or pay the bail bonds. You know? So it's a kind of system that most jurisdictions in states like New Jersey, for example, have eliminated their cash bail system, and the correctional institutions are seeing a remarkable difference in the overall prison population. It's been 1 year since New Jersey eliminated the cash bail system, and fewer people are sitting in jail today because of bail. You cannot incarcerate someone who is not yet proven guilty, and the taxpayers' money is being spent on this individual. These individuals per month, they consume a lot of money on the taxpayers. And whereas there are other programs that can be made for them, the rehabilitation program, the different programs for these individuals. So 3, the changing mindset of disadvantaged youth, the socio-economic hostile environment, and the social circles are often very, very significant contributing factors for an individual to commit crime. This high rate of crimes within this kind of vicinities, where the individuals, these young individuals, don't have access to mentors, they don't have access to parental guidance. They are being left on their own. So when you see this happening, it's because of lack of advice, lack of mentors, lack of parental guidance. You know, when you teach criminal justice courses, you see a lot of this happening in a lot of youths who really are being made to have that peer pressure because they don't have means to have an uncle or an aunt or a friend or a brother who can give them real life advice. And working in the criminal justice system has made me talk to most of these individuals, and when you listen to them, you understand these guys sometimes they just need someone to talk to them, someone to advise them. You know, so this socio-economic mindset, the hostile environment that they find themselves, the social circles that they find themselves, it's a contributing factor where they are being forced to get back into this kind of society where the young people who grow in a kind of socio-economic challenge areas often do not have access to these means of opportunities needed to succeed. How do you want them to succeed if they don't have these means to help themselves? You know, it's like putting someone somewhere and say, okay, that's you can do what you want if you can succeed. But it's difficult for them to succeed in that environment if you don't give them the necessary support, those opportunities for them to succeed. This their circle, this social circle, is unfortunately perpetrate itself into adulthood, and in some cases prompts these young individuals to commit crimes for money, for power, for respect. These are the examples of these gangs, these gang-related crimes, where these gangs, they want to compete for money, they want to compete for power. It's a matter of competition, it's a matter of respect, you know. And these are things that we have to look at when we're looking at criminal justice reform. It's very important Number 4, how police can better preventable incarceration. How police can deter. This is I'm talking about deterrence. You know, in most cases, law enforcement officers just go and arrest. Sometimes they do their patrol. Sometimes they do a lot of different stuff. But at the end of the day, arresting someone is just a matter of say, okay, you know, but it may be surprising to some of that law enforcement officers also play, you know, that role, because some just arrest by orders. You don't care. You are not the judge. You just arrest, you know, and take to jail, arrest and take to prison, arrest and take to any detention center. It may be surprising, but officers are on the front line of the criminal justice system and hold tremendous power afforded to them by the laws they uphold. These powers is as a matter of what you can do to anybody that you deem, you know. But for what I found in my years as law enforcement officer is the main power of discretion deeply impacted someone's life. You can change someone's life. You know, one of the most important significant gray areas of is about the issue of reasonable suspicion. You know, this reasonable suspicion is a legal standard that applies in different criminal law contexts, most often where searches and seizures are involved. You know, it requires that officers have an objectively reasonable basis for suspecting criminal activity before detaining someone. But in most cases, it doesn't even happen like that. They detain you too fast, the officer has reason, and he doesn't care. You know, what an officer decides is reasonable can have an enormous effect on the person's life and should not be taken lightly. Number 5 is a legal protection. It advantages people. Legal protection to disadvantage people is lacking. The legal apparatus of this criminal justice system also needs to have protection in place to make sure everyone is treated fairly. Because, like I said in the other point, the rich get away with a lot of crimes because they can pay for it, they can bail themselves, they can pay the lawyers, they can pay. But the poor mostly are the ones that are incarcerated because most of them cannot afford even the bails. Some who are being bailed cannot pay for the bail and they are being arrested again. Yeah. For example, in Philadelphia, the district attorney office has a diversion unit where offenders can participate in one non-trial programming that holds them accountable for their actions while focusing on preventing future criminal justice involvement. It's a great approach for an offender who wants to truly reform themselves. The Philadelphia district attorney office also has a conviction integrity unit where personnel investigate and review convicted. They review these convicted offenders. You know, they try to see into those their legitimate claims of innocence and wrong convictions. You know, so this is what helped Philadelphia in most of these issues where you see a reduced rate of recidivism of offenders going in and out. Number 6 point, helping convicted criminals reintegrate. This is very important because most of the time these guys are being locked up and they don't care about them. Most government, most states don't care about these guys. They have been locked up there. They don't care about them. They don't know this could be your neighbor tomorrow. This could be your sister. This could be your aunt. This could be everybody that you might know tomorrow. And making those mistakes in life is not the end of them. So millions of Americans have a current or previous conviction that backs their access to employment, to housing, education, and social services. This has a wider impact on the society too, in some cases, and prompts recidivism among offenders who feel they need to resort to criminal activities in order to make their basic needs. So those basic needs. The system is not broken. It is operating exactly the way it was designed. And I think it can change for the better. So thank you very much for listening. Hit the subscribe button for more updates on criminal justice reform. Thank you very much for watching. This is Fritz Misodi.